So what I like to do before I write is I like to vlog a little bit. Interior truck sunset, 10 years later, Barksville, Texas. Rainy, snacks on a bag of Frito-Lay. Grace drives. There it goes. It's 26 minutes of the movie. Well, no, it's actually not. It's 27 minutes. We're going on 27 minutes. This is from the couch interior. It's really interior. I guess couch wouldn't be the right word, but I guess you call it couch room. Probably what I'd probably say is interior, maybe living room and then couch. So I hit that. I've hit the word living room. And then living room, the midnight, full moon. On the couch. C-O-U-C-H, there we go. Now look at this design here. Right here. And a cold sweat on the couch. He hears the end of the howl. The 100-inch LED television screen. It's really a 98-inch, but I just, just said 100-inch. Just kind of be funny. It's mesmerized by it for a bit. Now, I did change this today at the Asian place. I wanted to sound a little bit more snazzy for Gary Oldman. So he's mesmerized by it for a moment, because I know how Gary Oldman is with his farts. Now we said, what in the hell, without the question, what in the hell with the question? So the question mark here. So we have the two ways that he says it. Get a little color for the actor. He says, what in the hell without the question mark? So then Bradley, or if I play it, they give me funding, I may say, I'll play it. I'll play rather than Bradley Cooper. His name's Cooper. There's a person I met the other day, didn't even know who the hell he was. What in the hell, it's 2 times. So it's what in the hell. So he wakes up not questioning what in the hell. So stressing on maybe the word what. Then going to stressing on some director notes. Say the difference. What in the hell? What in the hell? So he walks to the patio door and opens it. The silvery full moon washes over him from the dark sky. He feels the wind blow on his face and the cold air soothe him. So we're going to take out the little gangster of it. So the soothe him. The cold air soothe him. So he feels the wind blow on his face and the cold air soothe him. Take out the little BB scares of it. Something mystical is upon him. And then Grace says, you can feel the winter coming. He turns and notices Rainey sitting and smoking a cigarette. She relaxes in a black robe on the patio chair. The moonlight sparkles in her eyes. She seems to be in a slight trance, and then she breaks out of it. Grace continuing. What are you doing there? You startled me. Rainey, I couldn't sleep. Grace, did you hear a howling? Now, what's really cool about this and Oscars and stuff, I haven't checked who's going to win this year, but later they can do this where they show me reading it for the movie, and then it switches over to the real movie. You can see the difference. They've done that a few times. So this is, I couldn't sleep. Did you hear a howling? Rainey says, no, did you? Grace says, yes, I heard a howling coming from that field yonder. Rainey says, I didn't hear any howling. Go back to the bed, sweetheart. So I want the word howling mentioned several times, how it is. You got to work in the morning. Okay, dear. Why are you smoking? I thought you quit. I picked up a pack for my nerves the other day. It's just a cigarette. Go back to the bed, sweetheart. Now, the reason I want the word howling mentioned is because they don't want it mentioned. I want the opposite of what they want. So if the producer says, well, you're using howling too much here, I want the opposite of what they want. So if they're like, well, you used howling so many times right here. Well, you know what? I want it to sound that way because I'm the director, thus Jesus Christ, of this project. You got to work in the morning. Okay, dear. Why are you smoking? I thought you quit. I picked up a pack for my nerves the other day. It's just a cigarette. Go back to bed, sweetheart. It's nothing. Okay, hun. Grace returns to the couch. And if they have a problem with the script, I'll say, try acting. And then Grace returns to the couch. Grace, TV off. I'll be like, shut up, Gary Oldman. Try acting. And the giant television turns off. My goodness. He curls up in the couch, turns to look at Rainey's silhouette from the window. She continues smoking. Another thing I'll tell Gary Oldman is, we're not doing Neil by mouth, you motherfucker. And I'll slap him. The full moon is casting silver rays over the patio. Grace's eyes grow heavy. And then I'll look at him, I'll go, I'm going to turn Neil by mouth into a musical. You got it? We're going to do it on Broadway. Neil by mouth. Oh, Neil by mouth. I'm Gary Oldman. I directed Neil by mouth. Oh, and kick 1, 2, kick 1, 2, left. Kick 1, 2, kick 1, 2, left. Kick 1, you know, that kind of thing. Now we're going to cut to running in a field. And then exterior field, full moon that winter. The creature runs in the snow covered. Now I'm going to change a little bit of this. I'm going to do a little bit of color here. I'm going to say the shadow, because we're not going to see the creature ever. We might see a glimpse of it, the shadow of the creature. I think what note is we might choose, when I tell the producers and stuff, is we might choose just to show her legs when she's in the half of the lycanthrope curse. So you see that she has the legs of the werewolf in one scene, just in one scene towards the end. But the rest of it, you don't really even see the werewolf. So you see the shadow of the creature runs in a snow-covered field. The sound of panting, then the howling. And that could be anything. We can debate. We can sit there and go, okay, like, so Shakespeare was blah, 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 blah. I'll just look at Gary Oldman and say, look, Brando, okay? We already have Brando, so shut up. All right. So that is basically that scene. I got to work on the rest. Sorry about that, Oldman. This is how I do things, so I'm sorry. I know you did Neil by mouth. I respect it. I respect after the fourth beating of it, you know, the guy comes in, you really get the idea that this must be a kitchen sink drama about domestic, you know, this is about a werewolf. Now he turns and notices Rainey sitting and smoking a cigarette. She relaxes in the black robe. I mean, come on. We can see some of the foreshadowing. So this goes on. Here it is. If you want to look at any changes, you can pause the screen and get it at any time. And that's going from page 26. I tried it the other day. It does work. So you can pause it and read it as you see it. But you have to pause it and then read. And you can do that on the screen. I know that I have a lot of notes at the end of it. Okay? So I got a lot of work to do. Good night and welcome to the Please Subscribe show.
See, the luckiest filmmaker in the world, it's not Martin Scorsese, it's not Steven Spielberg, it's not Bradley Cooper, it's not Francis Ford Coppola, it's not a Hollywood or an American filmmaker, really. The filmmaker that was lucky, that was fortunate, was Ingmar Bergman. He was on an island. He laughed at Hollywood. He had so much fun on set because he did exactly what he wanted to do. We don't like you. I don't want you to be in my werewolf movie. And I could care less about Gary Oldman or any of them. I could care less. We don't want you. I will cast my own movie. Okay? I don't have to listen to their $200 million joke. I'm not lined up to go see something about Bernstein. Michael Stipe had to sing a song that had Bernstein in it. I don't care. That's so 1989. Excuse my language. I usually don't cuss. I don't care. I'm not impressed by the Joker. I didn't think it was that good. I'm not impressed by anything they do. And the first one that will do, Martin Scorsese, will go out there and tell them they're all trash. He's already said it on the national television. They're all trash. It's all a Marvel film. I'm not impressed by any of it. I see so many flaws with Slough House and Slow Horses. I could care less. I don't care. Do not have a conversation with my wife for an hour and a half, okay? Don't ask to. And here's another thing, too. Don't have a conversation with anybody's wife for an hour and a half. That goes for any wife that's out there. That's why Blaze Foley, the bum, who Ethan Hawke knows about, was such a freaking bum. Or he at least sang about it. Don't butt into another person's marriage. Don't be the wedge. That's the problem my stupid drama teacher had and had to leave this area and go live in the desert. You don't get involved with a man and woman wife. You don't be a wedge. When you're in a church for the Sunday school, for the art Sunday school guy, don't stare at my wife while you're trying to spiritualize her in front of everyone. Don't do that, especially when the husband's sitting there. Don't look at another man's wife, especially when the husband's right there. Don't do that. We're not going to put up with it. Marriage is united by Jesus Christ, and he will crush you and your machine that you will turn into a weapon when you go to Armageddon to fight God. And he will turn you into what you love the most. And it goes for Cooper and all the rest, Scorsese and all the rest. He'll turn you into wine. And we will feast upon you in heaven for eternity as you beg for a drop of water. Do not talk to another man's wife, especially for an hour and a half over the phone. There is a hell, and it's coming your way. There's your werewolf.
Fucking bed. Yes, not normal. It's just, I mean, I want to what? Kitty. I'm scared. Scared.